Hello everyone, my name is Ando and I am currently pursuing a master's degree in English education in the Graduate School of Humanities and Social Sciences at Nagoya City University. I am a graduate student, but I have also been teaching English at Japanese high school for over 30 years. From my teaching experience, I have encountered various questions in English education. Today, I'd like to present the experiment I conducted as part of my master's thesis and its results. The title Is Function Word-Based Listening Dictation Effective for Second Language Learners? The effects of listening instruction to enhance English speech recognition, focusing on the dictation of function words and content words. Let's begin. The purpose of the study to investigate the impact of dictation training on Japanese high school students' English listening abilities, focusing on function and content words. Now, let me tell you my research background. First of all, I'd like to show why I focus on listening. Listening is an important language skill that helps with reading, writing, and speaking. However, it is not often taught well in high schools because many teachers don't know how to teach it properly. Teachers need to understand how listening works and how to help students improve their listening skills. So, what is so difficult in listening for second language learners? By Go 2000, for the listeners themselves, several factors contribute to the difficulty of the second language listening. These include failure to recognize words, ignoring subsequent parts of speech, inability to chunk the flow of speech, missing beginning of the sentences or messages, and issues with maintaining concentration. Therefore, to improve listening abilities, it is necessary to overcome these challenges. We can also focus on the characteristics in English language. There are content words and function words. For second language learners, there are differences in processing these two different words. By Sweeney, 1979, content words such as nouns or verbs require complex processing since they have multiple meanings. Listeners must choose the right meaning based on context. By Fio, 2008, function words such as prepositions or articles are processed more quickly using simple pattern matching without needing to access their meanings. Now, let me tell you how second language listeners process words. According to Grosjean and G, 1987, stressed syllables of content words help listeners identify words, while weakly stressed syllables of function words are recognized through pattern matching. And also, there are two strange areas for words. One for fast access to function words, another for both content and function words, where meanings and context are considered. So what each challenge for second language listeners are: limited working memory makes processing content words easier due to their stress pattern by Fio, 2008, and function words are harder because listeners quickly forget what they hear, or they struggle to form mental images of the words, or missing earlier information confuses their later understandings by Go 2000. Here are background research references. Now, let's go on to what my research questions are. There are 3 research questions. First, does dictation training contribute to the improvement of auditory recognition ability? Second, is dictation focused on function words more effective in improving auditory recognition ability than dictation focused on content words? Third, does the improvement of auditory recognition ability lead to an enhancement of listening ability? And here are my hypotheses. For research question 1, dictation training improves auditory recognition ability. For research question 2, dictation training focused on function word is more effective in improving auditory recognition ability than that focused on content words. And for research question number 3, improvement in auditory recognition ability leads to an improvement in listening ability. Here are my hypotheses. Hypothesis number 1, dictation training improves auditory recognition ability. Hypothesis number 2, dictation training focused on function words is more effective in improving auditory recognition ability than that focused on content words. Hypothesis number 3, improvement in auditory recognition ability leads to an improvement in listening ability. Now, let's go on to my experiment in details. The participants of this study were 360 first-year high school students aged 15 to 16 from a public high school in Japan. The participants were divided into 2 groups, one receiving training in function words and the other in content words. Due to absences and lack of consent, the final analysis included 165 students. Their English proficiency level ranged approximately from A2 to B1 according to the Common European Frameworks of Reference for Languages, CEFAL. In this study, we used 2 main assessments. To measure word recognition, we implemented a comprehensive dictation test that combined both function and content words. For assessing listening skills, we relied on the standardized Aiken test, administered before and after the training. Participants were divided into 2 groups. Each group completed 12 training tests where they filled in blanks with either function or content words, depending on the group. For the dictation test design, we refer to Field's 2008 experiment. The dictation mixed function and content words and audio was played only once. During the test, participants were asked to write down the 5 words they heard just before the randomly placed pause in the recording. The pause lasted for 10 seconds, following the recommendations of Yonezaki's 2016 research, which found this time is sufficient for writing while minimizing the impact of short-time memory. We intentionally avoided the standard cross-test format to eliminate clues like word boundaries and context. The dictation test was conducted 3 times. For the first and second round, we used the same test to compare differences between the experimental and control groups. The content words used in the dictation were important vocabulary from the student's textbook. The function words were those affected by various phonetic processes, such as linking, assimilation, elision, weak forms, flapping, and glottalization. In the analysis of the standardized test result before and after the dictation training, a two-way ANOVA was conducted. The result indicated that none of the effects were statistically significant. First, the main effect of time, comparing pre-test and post-test scores, was not significant, with F 1454 equals 0.0027 and a p-value of 0.9587. Similarly, the main effect of the training method with compared function words training, content word training, and the control group was not significant either, showing F 2454 equals 1.9447 and the p-value of 0.1442. Finally, the interaction effect between time and training method did not reach significance, with F 2454 equals 0.666 and a p-value of 0.5142. For a more detailed breakdown, please refer to Table 1 and Figure 2. A one-way ANOVA was conducted to compare the score improvement between the function words training group, the content word training group, and the control group of the pre and the post tests. The analysis yielded a significant result, with F 241 equals 7.0388 and the p-value of 0.0011. Post hoc tests revealed that both the content words and function word training groups showed significantly higher score improvements compared to the control group. However, when comparing the content words and function word group themselves, there was no significant difference in the amount of improvement. For further details, please refer to Table 2 and Figure 3. In this discussion, we reflect on the result of the experiment. For research question 1, it was evident that dictation training contributed to improvement speech recognition skills. However, regarding research question 2, we found that dictation focused on function words could not be definitively said to be more effective than dictation focused on content words. Interestingly, a survey conducted with the students revealed that they felt dictating function words was more difficult than dictating content words, which indicate that we perceived a greater impact on this training. For research question 3, we explore whether improvements in research recognition skill would lead to enhanced listening abilities. The results from the pre and post test of ICANN listening assessment showed that while speech recognition improved, This did not directly translate into better listening skills. This leads us to conclude that merely enhancing speech recognition through dictation training is not enough for improving listening abilities. There is a need for training that focuses on comprehension and meaning processing as well. Therefore, it is suggested that in addition to focus on perception, which involves speech recognition, training in parsing or decoding is also essential. In conclusion, this study investigates whether focusing on function words to enhance speech recognition skills would lead to improvement in listening abilities. The result indicated that dictation training did indeed improve speech recognition skills. However, while students reported feeling some benefits from training on difficult to hear function words, they could not conclude that this type of training was more effective than training focused on content words. Looking ahead, future research may observe even greater effects by extending the duration of function word dictation training. Furthermore, we found that merely improving speech recognition skill is not enough to enhance listening abilities. It is crucial to incorporate tasks that promote comprehension through methods other than dictation. Although various dictation exercises have been implemented in high schools for review purposes, these have not led to sufficient improvements. The finding of this study suggests effective method for conducting dictation tasks. It is indicated that clearly defining the purpose of dictation in future English education at high school level will be vital for enhancing listening skills and ultimately overall English proficiency. Here are references. Thank you for listening.